设计能力，我用什么方法切入跟大家分享呢？这一位，那他是一个艺术家，他也是一个脑神经的这个科学家。那他今天要跟我们讲的这个，也是在 TED 里面的一场演讲，就是在讲这个错觉啊。我们通常做设计非常靠眼睛的。可是他因为是一个脑神经科学家，所以他用很多证据来告诉我们说，你看到的不一定是真的。那但是这个事情不是拿来吓我们，而是让我们了解说，我们的感官跟实际的东西之间会有距离。那这个距离从哪里产生呢？是我们脑袋解释的结果。那我这样说有一点点太抽象了，所以等一下大家看他的演讲，自然会听懂。但是各位一定要很注意看，因为他的这个实验是非常有趣的。我们的概念在这一段中间是要让大家了解脑跟知觉的运作的真相，它是一个非常关键的设计能力。就是说，会设计的人必须要了解脑跟知觉中间的一个距离的这种把握，你才能够设计。我举个例子说哈，前2天有一位业主打电话给我说，这个叫我去看一个地方，因为那个地方的设计好像做的他觉得不算很好。那我去看的时候呢，我就建议做一些修改。那负责做设计的这位设计师呢，他就说，他当时设计，我跟他说这一段要不要拆掉啊？那他觉得他那个他做的时候，因为在图上看啊，他觉得需要拉平。那我说现场看显然不是这样。虽然这个对话看起来很简单，可是我想告诉各位一件事情，其实那个就是说，你在图上看一个东西，你通常也许是1:100，你画的大一点1:50，再大一点1:30，你很少画1:1的图。一个东西在1:30的情况底下，跟1:1的情况底下，我不知道各位有没有实际上去操作过，这个是完全不一样的。所以我做设计的时候，喜欢去有可能的时候，我都要看到1:1，因为你看到1:1，你才知道这个是怎么回事。你如果全部用脑筋去想，其实你会常常想得不准确，对不起。所以所谓脑跟知觉之间的这种互相的运作，那我再把这个事情稍微再讲仔细一点。我看到这张椅子，我看到的是绿色。那么这个绿色，我对它有印象，是因为这个绿色被旁边的光线照射，被我的眼睛后面的视网膜这个取得，透过我的神经传到我的脑部，我的脑部解释的结果，它是这样，对不对？好，我们把窗帘打开，这个绿色就变色了。我开始站到100公尺以外去看这个绿色，同样是这个光线底下，这个绿色也变色了。我100公尺以外看的时候，我看不太清楚它是绿的哦，我看起来比较灰。当我这么近看，请各位看，我这么近看，我就发现说，哦，原来还有这么多细节。所以它跟你看它的距离，跟你看它的时候环境的光线，跟你在看它的时候其他东西的影响，都会影响到你的解释。那更重要的是，今天这位先生他要告诉我们的是说，就算是没有其他东西的影响，你的脑袋也会因为某种原因而解释成为一个不是它的样子。那我们就要来看看这是什么。这个东西你如果知道的话，你做设计你才能够有一个真正称为解释的能力，因为这是一种解释设计的能力。意思就像我刚刚讲说，真正每一个人到了刚刚我说要拆掉的东西的时候，那个在图上看是看不出来的。所以我自己做设计的时候，非常喜欢去站在现场， 然后去感觉、想象说它会出来一个什么样子的东西。其实，在图上只不过是过程中间的一部分，最重要是你要把自己身临其境的去变成那个空间未来形成的情况，你必须要靠某一些想象的方法去理解。那这种为了要让这个想象能够准确，你就必须要知道你的脑跟你的眼睛它中间是怎么运作的。好，来，我来问你好了，你看到的那个颜色是最中间那一条是比最右边算来第二条比较浅还是比较深？
我中间那条是哪里？
这个跟这个比，
比较浅。
你确定吗？
确定的。
很确定。你如果说不确定，你就不正常了。但是你说确定的时候，你就错了。我弄给你看，这个网站非常有兴趣，非常有趣，你可以去看，叫做 Lotto Lab。它告诉我们很多的这种 illusions， 就是错觉。就是光线的错觉，你来看哦，我们刚刚是在讲这个，它出现在这里，对不对？我刚刚不是在问你说，这一条你一定觉得比这一条深嘛？因为你觉得这个东西是有阴影的嘛，所以你就觉得说，哦，那个右边的第二条是灰的颜色，中间理论上叫做白的啦，我们是一定会这样说。请你看，你把它按到这个 mask， 我注意看哦，一样。你脑筋把它解释成不一样，所以这个就是想起来有点恐怖。我为什么会被他骗？我再把它解开。他要告诉我们的是说，这一块跟这一块基本是同一个颜色，可是我怎么看它都不一样颜色嘛，不是吗？可是当他证明给你看说它明明就是同一个颜色啊，你就会觉得说，哎，我怎么可能被骗？其实这个不是叫被骗，等一下他的演讲会解释，这个是因为我们的脑筋如果不这样解释的时候，我们的脑筋看不到立体的东西。懂了这个意思吗？就是说，我们的脑，它明明是一个客观的来看，它两个一模一样颜色，我们一定要把它解释成为不一样，因为如果我们把它解释成为一样，我们就变怪人了。所以这个就是一个很特别、很好玩的东西哈。所以再看一次，这里跟这里比起来，怎么看都是它深它浅，可是我一放上去的时候啊，它居然是同一个颜色，所以。当我把它通通用黑色的东西罩起来的时候，你看到的才是客观。可是当我们这样子在看的时候，它不是客观，这个是我们脑中间对于一个立体的物件，我们做了解释。所以这里面有你的脑筋去解释的那一段，那一段是你的脑袋解释的，它并没有让你知道。有没有了解我意思？听起来有点怪怪的，可是它就是这样。我自己碰到这个时候，我就觉得讲说，我到底要相信我的眼睛，还是我要相信他说的？那当然，你不能相信你的眼睛，因为那个是你的脑去解释这个立体的概念啊。好，我们再来看下一个。这一块跟这一块，总是这一块深这一块浅的吧？这个一定没有话讲嘛，对不对？还是被骗，很讨厌。为什么会这样？我也觉得很讨厌。就这个， 这个是灰的，这是白的嘛？可是你看一下，仔细看哦，怎么这样？我拿开，我盖上去，我怕他骗我，所以我就真的拿一张纸，我自己拿一张纸，剪2个洞把它遮起来，哎，真的。结果是什么？我们的脑袋其实替我们解释，说这一块是白的，这一块是深的。这一块是深的，所以这一块呢，在阴影下面看起来灰灰，它应该是白的，是我们脑筋去解释这一段，它帮我们补充去解释了这一段了。所以这一段呢，所以就让我们的眼睛就变成这么奇怪。他看到2个一样的颜色，然后你看哦，你现在看到2个一模一样颜色，可是在这种情况底下，你既然解释会变成一个深成这样，一个浅成这样。透过这个2个例子，你就应该了解你的眼睛看到的东西是很容易被脑筋解释成为另外一个东西。了解了，好，所以这个网站可以去看 lottolab.org 啊，你去 lottolab.org 去看。好，来。我们现在来看的影片叫做《我们的错觉世界》，就 Optical Illusions Show How We See， 就是我们看到的东西其实是一种视觉上的错觉。所以各位现在看到我是视觉的错觉，我看到你也是视觉的错觉，反正就是我们是活在错觉之中。但是这个错觉很必要，因为如果我们没有错觉，我们就没有办法分清楚很多事情啊。所以各位错觉好，这样。视觉的假象，这是今年才做的演讲。
I want to start with a game, okay? And to win this game, all you have to do is see the reality that's in front of you as it really is, all right? So we have 2 panels here of colored dots. And one of those dots，
他的意思就是说，左边的这个板跟右边这个板有这么多颜色，中间有一个颜色是2边一样的，请你猜哪一个颜色？各位先说。绿色、橘色跟灰色哪一个颜色一样？说橘色的举手。没有人说橘色，说绿色的举手。没有人说绿色，有吗？有没有人说绿色？有。说灰色的举手。灰色的比较多一点。好，我们继续看吧。
This is the same in the 2 panels, okay? And you have to tell me which one. Now I'll narrow it down to the gray one, the green one, and say the orange one. So by a show of hands, we'll start with the easiest one. Show of hands, how many people think it's the gray one? Really? Okay. How many people think it's the green one? And how many people think it's the orange one? So pretty even split. So
所以我们这一班比较特别，他们是3个人差不多。
let's find out what the reality is. Here is the orange one. Right? Here's the green one. And here's the gray one. So for all of you saw that, you're complete realists.
所以看到灰色的人都是很现实，不是很现实的人啊，眼睛很不容易被骗的人啊。
So this is pretty amazing, actually, isn't it? Because nearly every living system has evolved the ability to detect light in one way or another. So for us, seeing color is one of the simplest things the brain does. And yet, even at this most fundamental level, context is everything. Okay? What I'm going to talk about is not that context is everything, but why is context everything? Because it's answering that question that tells us not only why we see what we do, but who we are as individuals and who we are as a society. But first we have to ask another question, which is, what is color for? And instead of telling you, I'll just show you. What you see here is a jungle scene, and you see the surfaces according to the amount of light that those surfaces reflect. Now, can any of you see the predator that's about to jump out at you? And if you haven't seen it yet, you're dead, right? Can anyone see it? Anyone? No? Now let's see the surfaces according to the quality of light that they reflect. And now you see it, right? So color enables us to see the similarities and differences between surfaces according to the full spectrum of light that they reflect. But what you've just done is in many respects mathematically impossible. Why? Because, as Berkeley tells us, we have no direct access to our physical world other than through our senses. And the light that falls onto our eyes is determined by multiple things in the world, not only the color of objects, but also the color of their illumination and the color of the space between us and those objects. You vary any one of those parameters, and you'll change the color of the light that falls onto your eye. This is a huge problem because it means that the same image could have an infinite number of possible real-world sources.
这句话，同一个东西可以被看成无限多种样子，随着它的参数的改变。
So let me show you what I mean. Imagine that this is the back of your eye, okay? And these are two projections from the world. They're identical in every single way. Identical in shape, size, spectral content. They are the same as far as your eye is concerned. And yet, they come from completely different sources. The one on the right comes from a yellow surface, in shadow, oriented facing the left, viewed through a pinkish medium. The one on the left comes from an orange surface, under direct light, facing to the right, viewed through a sort of a bluish medium. Completely different meanings, giving rise to the exact same retinal information. And yet, it's only the retinal information that we get. So how on earth do we even see? So if you remember anything in this next 18 minutes, remember this, that the light that falls onto your eye, sensory information, is meaningless, because it could mean literally anything.
懂了没有？他意思是说，你看到的东西，其实可能是另外一个东西。那
And what's true for sensory information is true for information generally. There's no inherent meaning in information. It's what we do with that information that matters. So how do we see? Well, we see by learning to see.
所以这个是一个 How do we see it？ 我们怎么样看东西呢？我们看东西是学来的，所以当我们看的东西越多的时候，我们看东西就会越准，因为它增加了，它事实上是你判断力。大脑释放出一种机制来寻找模式，意思就是说，如果我看的东西很少，我看的东西就不会准；当我看的东西够多，我们就容易把一个东西解释的比较对，我们就会说，哎，那里有一个线，它比较像福尔摩斯，就是我们必须要懂得足够的知识，我们在判断东西才会比较准确。
So the brain evolved the mechanisms for finding patterns, finding relationships in information, and associating those relationships with a behavioral meaning, a significance, by interacting with the world. We're very aware of this in the form of more cognitive attributes, like language. So I'm going to give you some letter strings, and I want you to read them out for me, if you can.
这一段写什么 ？Can you see this？ 对不对？可是它明明没有 n 啊。没有 o 啊，那 can you 然后没有 read th 没有 d 啊，没有 h 啊，可是你为什么会把它念出来呢？因为你知道那几个字，所以脑筋帮你补好了。你为什么不会想在这里补一个字呢？因为你知道没有那样补字的。所以你的脑子就不会在那里补字。
what are you reading? Half the letters are missing, right? There's no a priori reason why an H has to go between that W and A, but you put one there. Why? Because in the statistics of your past experience, it would have been useful to do so. So you do so again. And yet you don't put a letter after that first T. Why? Because it wouldn't have been useful in the past. So you don't do it again. So let me show you how quickly our brains can redefine normality, even at the simplest thing the brain does, which is color. So if I could have the lights down up here, I want you to first notice that those two desert scenes are physically the same. One is simply the flipping of the other, okay? Now I want you to look at that dot between the green and the red, okay? And I want you to just stare at that dot. Don't look anywhere else. And we're going to look at that for about 30 seconds, which is a bit of a killer in an 18-minute talk. Okay? But I really want you to learn. And I'll tell you, don't look anywhere else. And I'll tell you what's happening inside your head. Your brain is learning, and it's learning that the right side of its visual field is under red illumination. The left side of its visual field is under green illumination. That's what it's learning. Okay? Now, when I tell you, I want you to look at the dot between the two desert scenes.
你有没有注意到他刚刚有一个事情变化？其实他把左边开始打了红光，右边打了绿光，但是我们脑筋已经因为瞪的那个太久了，我们判断说没这回事，右边是红的，左边是绿的。不相信噻，你再回来看一点点。
So if I could have the lights down up here, I want you to first notice that those two desert scenes are physically the same. One is simply the flipping of the other, okay? Now I want you to look at that dot between the green and the red, okay? And I want you to just stare at that dot. Don't look anywhere else. And we're going to look at that for about 30 seconds, which is a bit of a killer in an 18-minute talk. Okay? But I really want you to learn. And I'll tell you, don't look anywhere else. And I'll tell you what's happening inside your head. Your brain is learning, and it's learning that the right side of its visual field is under red illumination. The left side of its visual field is under green illumination. That's what it's learning. Okay? Now, when I tell you, I want you to look at the dot between the two desert scenes. So why don't you do that now? Can we have the lights up again? So I take it from your response, they don't look the same anymore, right? Why? Because your brain is seeing that same information as if the right one is still under red light and the left one is still under green light. That's your new normal. Okay? So what does this mean for context? It means I can take these two identical squares and I can put them in light and dark surrounds. Now the one on the dark surround looks lighter than the one on the light surround.
这两个是一模一样颜色的灰，可是当它开始变成环境不同的时候，
I can put them in light and dark surrounds. Now the one on the dark surround looks lighter than the one on the light surround.
它就变深，它就变浅。可是它已经刚刚让我们看到它是两个一样，所以它是很重要的一个东西。其实最重要的东西就是配颜色。很多人在选地砖的颜色啊、地毯的颜色啊、壁纸的颜色，是直接拿着一个壁纸在这边看，哦，我要这一块，然后又拿着地毯这样看，我要这一块，那个是最错的东西。你把它两块摆在一起的时候，它的关系完全变成不一样。那个是很重要的，你不能讲说我墙上哦用这块木头很好看很好看，但是当它跟某一块地毯在一起的时候，它马上变成另外一块木头，不是颜色的反光哦，是它们的关系产生了一种你的脑的新的解释，就像是这样，它明明是两个一样的灰，可是放在这里它变成深色，它变成浅色，就是这样子的一个概念啊。
What's significant is not simply the light and dark surrounds that matter. It's what those light and dark surrounds meant for your behavior in the past. So I'll show you what I mean. Here we have that exact same illusion. We have two identical tiles on the left, one in a dark surround, one in a light surround, and the same thing over on the right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reveal those two scenes, but I'm not going to change anything within those boxes, except their meaning, and see what happens to your perception. Notice that on the left, the two tiles look nearly completely opposite, one very white and one very dark, right? Whereas on the right, the two tiles look nearly the same. And yet, there is still one on a dark surround and one on a light surround. Why?
为什么呢？因为它刚刚没有打光的时候，我们的脑筋不会解释这个阴影。当它开始把这张图打了光线，我们看到这个光线以及看到这个阴影的时候，我们把它解释成为说，那这个一定是 浅色，其实它就是它，它就是它，就是这样。所以我们的脑子去解释了这件事情。
Because if the tile in that shadow were in fact in shadow and reflecting the same amount of light to your eye as the one outside the shadow, it would have to be more reflective.
他替我们的脑子解释了一件事情，就是说，当我们的脑子看到一个东西叫做阴影的时候，我们就会觉得是说，我们眼睛看到说啊，这两个是一样的灰，其实是一样的灰，但是因为它是在阴影底下，所以呢，它在阴影底下还反映出来是一样的灰，那它一定是白。那一段是我们脑子补上去的解释，啊。
Just the laws of physics. So you see it that way. Whereas on the right, the information is consistent with those two tiles being under the same light. If they're under the same light, reflecting the same amount of light to your eye, then they must be equally reflective. So you see it that way. Which means we can bring all this information together to create some incredibly strong illusions. This is one I made a few years ago. And you'll notice you see a dark brown tile at the top and a bright orange tile at the side.
请注意看这一块，咖啡色、黄色，这个。
That is your perceptual reality. The physical reality is that those two tiles are the same.
它根本是一样，蛮恐怖的吧？
Here you see 4 gray tiles on your left, 7 gray tiles on the right. I'm not going to change those tiles at all, but I'm going to reveal the rest of the scene and see what happens to your perception. The 4 blue tiles on the left are gray. The 7 yellow tiles on the right are also gray. They are the same, okay? Don't believe me? Let's watch it again.
我们的脑袋会把灰色的解释成别的颜色。再看一次，这个大家知道了，往下，就是这个4个是灰色，那个6个也是灰色，可是各位注意看到，它的旁边的框是黄色，一个旁边的框是蓝色哦。但是你不太会去解释，你只是把它认为它是框。但是当它变成有颜色的时候，你
7 gray tiles on the right. I'm not going to change those tiles at all, but I'm going to reveal the rest of the scene and see what happens to your perception. The 4 blue tiles on the left.
你就把这4个灰色的，当它加上这个黄色的时候，你把灰色解释成蓝的了。
The 4 blue tiles on the left are gray. The 7 yellow tiles on the right are also gray. They are the same, okay? Don't believe me? Let's watch it again. What's true for color is also true for complex perceptions of motion. So here we have, let's turn this around, a diamond.
它会把这个东西向右，它就是这样子转一下，它就向右旋转。它希望你用闭着右眼看一下，闭着左眼看一下，这样两边这样闭来闭去，你会发现，当你闭不同眼睛的时候，它转的方向不一样。因为你用2眼看的时候，你知道它是转右边，可是当你用单眼看的时候，它解释成为另外一件事情。所以请你看一下啊。
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it here and I'm going to spin it. And for all of you, you'll see it probably spinning this direction. Now I want you to keep looking at it, move your eyes around, blink, maybe close one eye, and suddenly it'll flip and start spinning the opposite direction. Yes? Raise your hand if you got that. Yes? Keep blinking. Every time you blink, it'll switch. Right? So I can ask you, which direction is it rotating? How do you know? Your brain doesn't know because both are equally likely. So depending on where it looks, it flips between the two possibilities. Are we the only ones that see illusions? The answer to this question is no.
意思就是说，当它这样转的时候，因为你一眼看，其实你并不知道它到底是转哪一边了，所以你就解释说它忽然这边，忽然这边，忽然这边，忽然这边，所以那个是这样子。是不是只有人这样呢？他们拿蜜蜂去做实验。
Even the beautiful bumblebee, with its mere 1 million brain cells, which is 250 times fewer cells than you have one retina, sees illusions. does the most complicated things that even our most sophisticated computers can't do. So in my lab, we of course work on bumblebees because we can completely control their experience and see how that alters the architecture of their brain. And we do this in what we call the bee matrix. And here you have the hive. You can see the queen bee.
它让蜜蜂去吃那个蓝色的光，才有蜜在里头。
And the arena via this tube. And you'll see one of the bees come out here. You see she has a little number on her? Yeah, there's another one coming out. She also has a number on her. Now, they're not born that way, right? We pull them out, put them in the fridge, and they fall asleep, and then you can superglue little numbers on them, right? And now in this experiment, they get a reward if they go to the blue flowers, okay? And they land on the flower. They stick their tongue in there, called the proboscis, and they drink sugar water. Now, she's drinking a glass of water that's about that big to you and I. We'll do that about 3 times and then fly. Right? And sometimes they learn not to go to the blue, but to go to where the other bees go. So they copy each other. They can count to 5. They can recognize faces. And here she comes down the ladder, and she'll come into the hive, find an empty honey pot, and throw up. And that's honey. Okay?
他的意思就是说，蜂蜜就是蜜蜂的口水啊。
Now remember, she's supposed to be going to the blue flowers, but what are these bees doing in the upper right corner? It looks like they're going to green flowers. Now, are they getting it wrong? And the answer to the question is no. Those are actually blue flowers, but those are blue flowers under green light. So they're using the relationships between the colors to solve the puzzle, which is exactly what we do.
他的意思就是说，蜜蜂明明看见是绿色，它为什么会去？因为它认得地方。所以他是他的脑子去解释，他那个简单的脑，他也是这样，就是关系，他记得说那个位置是有的，管它现在是什么颜色。
So illusions are often used, especially in art, in the words of a more contemporary artist, to demonstrate the fragility of our senses. Okay, this is complete rubbish. Okay, the senses aren't fragile. If they were, we wouldn't be here. Okay, instead, color tells us something completely different, that the brain didn't actually evolve to see the world the way it is. We can't. Instead, the brain evolved to see the world the way it was useful to see in the past. And how we see is by continually redefining normality. So, how can we take this incredible capacity of plasticity of the brain and get people to experience their world differently? Well, one of the ways we do in my lab and studio is we translate the light into sound. And we enable people to hear their visual world, okay? And they can navigate the world using their ears. Here's David in the right, and he's holding a camera. On the left is what his camera sees. And you'll see there's a line, a faint line going across that image. That line is broken up into 32 squares. And each square, we calculate the average color, and then we just simply translate that into sound. And now he's going to turn around, close his eyes, and find a plate on the ground with his eyes closed. He finds it. Amazing, right? So not only can we create a prosthetic for the visually impaired, but we can also investigate how people literally make sense of the world. But we can also do something else. We can also make music with color. So working with kids, they created images, thinking about what might the images we see sound like if we could listen to them. And then we translated these images. And this is one of those images. And this is a 6-year-old child composing a piece of music for a 32-piece orchestra. And this is what it sounds like. So a 6-year-old child, okay? Now, what does all this mean? What this suggests is that no one is an outside observer of nature, okay? We're not defined by our essential properties, by the bits that make us up. we're defined by our environment and our interaction with that environment, by ecology. And that ecology is necessarily relative, historical, and empirical, right? So what I'd like to finish with is this over here, because what I've been trying to do is really celebrate uncertainty, because I think only through uncertainty is there potential for understanding. So if some of you are still feeling a bit too certain, I'd like to do this one. So if we have the lights down, and what we have here, can everyone see 25 purple surfaces on your left, and 25, call it yellowish surfaces on your right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the middle 9 surfaces here under yellow illumination by simply putting a filter behind them. All right? Now you can see that changes the light that's coming through there, right? Because now the light's going through a yellowish filter and then a purplish filter. And I'm going to do this opposite on the left here. I'm going to put the middle 9 under a purplish light, okay? Now, some of you will have noticed that the consequence is that the light coming through those middle 9 on the right, or your left, is exactly the same as the light coming through the middle 9 on your right. Agreed? Yes? Okay, so they are physically the same. Let's pull the covers off. Now remember, you know that the middle 9 are exactly the same. Do they look the same? No. Question is that an illusion? And I'll leave you with that. So thank you very much.
我们看了这个以后，大概我自己看了都觉得很辛苦。这个我们为什么会被骗成这样？所以刚刚的这一段影片，大概是让我们可以理解，我们最基本至少要了解，我们所看到的东西是被环境的距离跟这个光线，还有它本身的颜色之外的其他的因素所影响。那除了那个以外，我们的脑子还会去做一些解释，就像刚刚我们看到，当它把环境变成浅色跟深色的时候，我们同一个颜色的灰，我们去解释成为一个深一个浅。那这种东西的解释有它的目的，因为我们通常都必须要透过脑子这样的解释，我们才能够活在过去的判断之中，我们才不会眼睛看到的东西呢就不会解释了。所以我们脑子必须要去强迫我们去解释说我现在看到的是什么。那这个就是我们的错觉世界。我为什么要介绍这个影片给大家呢？就是事实上在做设计的时候，其实我们是看到错觉的。那所以作为一个设计者，我们必须要了解错觉，而且尽可能的去把那个错觉做好的运用啊，这个是第一个要让大家知道的。那第二个东西呢，要让大家知道的呢，是我们必须要去，我刚刚的那支电话呢，我们的感官除了眼睛以外，还有耳朵，还有嘴巴，还有鼻子，都是可以有感官的作用。所以同样的，这位 Lotto 他设计了一个 iPhone 的游戏，非常有意思，我给各位看一下。也许很远你看不到，不过就是尽可能感觉一下吧。这个游戏呢，它可以让你想说你要玩什么东西。我是玩一个东西叫做，请各位仔细看一下，它的这个概念是有一个球掉下来，然后我用一个棒子去挡住它，我挡住它就 OK。它总共有15个球会掉下来。我如果没有挡住它的话，它就跑掉了，所以这个就是我挡住它好了。但是我的目的跟他设计游戏的目的不是为了这个，他设计游戏的目的是这样子，我们来看一下。 它是让视觉整个消失，我根本看不到球，我也看不到我那只棒子，我只听到声音。我要玩那个游戏，有没有听到？所以我再来给各位看一下。我开始真的玩游戏了，看到没？我挡住一个球了，他跑掉了。被他闪过去了。我挡住他了。你知道我为什么会挡得住吗？因为我在听声音。它的声音有一点点区别，在左边，在右边，快要接近了，等等。那个其实就是声音，也变成是我们自己。所以，这个声音的概念是什么呢？是表示我们除了眼睛以外，我们耳朵等等都可以看到。有一位朋友，他视障，他去另外我一位朋友的家。他们两个谈完话要出来的时候，我那位朋友呢，就是这个视障朋友去他家的那一位，他没有视障的那一位，他要出来，要锁门的时候，他说：“哎，糟糕，我忘了带钥匙。”那忘了带钥匙，他就想说不晓得放哪里，他就在找。结果那位视障的朋友告诉他说：“你放在茶几那边。”视障的朋友告诉那位没有视障的人说：“你的钥匙放在茶几那边。”他就很吃惊的问他说：“你怎么知道？”他说：“我刚刚听到你在拿茶给我的时候，动了那个桌子一下，那个我听到钥匙的声音。”所以我们平常是用看的，所以我们对于动什么东西，咯一下，当然我们会觉得那个是次要的。但是当他眼睛没有的时候，他耳朵变成主要的时候，他就听得很清楚。懂意思吗？他还跟他说：“哎，你家最近刚刚这个装修。”他说：“你怎么知道？”他说：“我闻到油漆味。”那意思就是说，他的鼻子、他的耳朵，因为他没有眼睛，所以他特别的会去靠这些感官去注意。那我们刚刚在玩那个游戏的时候，事实上是让我们开始去用声音在辨认事情。所以当他把那个视觉变成声音的时候，其实你照样可以玩那个游戏。这个就是一个视觉可以有错觉，但是它也可以用其他的感官去补充或者去解释。那最重要还是我们的脑去解释。